Yes guys, so prep update, 5 weeks and 1 day out. Let's get into it. So I last spoke to you, and apologies for that, that was after legs and it was a pretty rough ride of an update video, that I'll tell you that for free. Hopefully we'll be a bit better today. So that was 7 weeks out, and so 2 weeks further on now. Body weight when I last spoke to you was 302 of that morning. This morning it was 299.8, so not a whole lot of change in the past 2 weeks. Average body weight has been coming down fairly consistently, but I think the first thing I want to discuss this week is the fact that weight loss is slowing and is being a little bit more stubborn. So last week, which was 6 weeks out, I actually hit an all-time low of 297.8. So I'm 2 pounds up from that. I had a high day on the Sunday, 1,300 grams of carbs, did me the world of good. But then since then, although I think this week average body weight will be around the same, it's been slower to come down. Am I worried? No. The visuals are better, but it does play on your mind. I can't lie, you know, at the end of the day, body fat weighs weight. And if it's not coming down, I'd love to say that I'm an individual who's going to gain muscle on prep, but it's just very few and far between of those individuals. So I am pushing a little bit harder right now. I'll come onto that in a second. One thing to consider that I have taken into account is last week, the beginning of last week, so the beginning of, it's basically 7 weeks out, just before, I was very run down. I'll say I was ill, I'll go with it. I had really bad sinuses, I was very full of cold. It affected my energy, but it didn't impact how I could operate. So it was a bit of a tricky one for me, if I'm honest, because if it were a client, I might have told them to rest, but because I'm on prep, because I'm locked in, I carried on through, and it was the right thing to do, because I was able to be even more meticulous managing my rest. I got some very early nights, and I'm better. I managed to push through, have a good week, regardless of how I felt, and I'm 100% better now. Like, this week has felt easy compared to last week. Last week was hard. Fatigue was high. I was struggling to I had a headache a lot of the time. So poor Josh, feel sorry for me. Give me the likes, give me the likes. So yeah, that's something to consider, whether that was responsible for the dip, because my weight did go down from like 304 to 300 to 297 in like 2 days. So this week's been a lot more stable, but we'll see what tomorrow brings. I will have a high day tomorrow, but it won't be as high as it has been. Probably around the 900 to 1,000 mark. And if you're interested, comment below and I'll put it on my Instagram, on my YouTube as a post. But it's very similar to the post that I have made previously there. So that kind of fills you in with, I suppose, how I've been feeling. In terms of the changes since last update, so there, where were we? Food last time was at 3,650 on a training day. That has now been reduced to 3,360, so about a 300 calorie drop there. Non-training day was 3,130. We are now at 3,050, that's barely changed. And cardio is still 6 by 30 minutes with abs after, and steps have increased, I think. Yeah, so they're now 6,000 a day there. So, and I've been kind of hitting fairly consistently over that by a decent amount. So yeah, like in terms of what I can control, I'm pushing on and changing. I'm going to see what tomorrow brings weight-wise, and again, you know, it's there's no set rule. I want to be better. I want to look leaner. I am getting there, but I'm kind of making those changes as and when. So we are, like I said, 5 weeks out. It's exciting because I'm now registered for all 3 shows, so I'm locked in. I'm committed. Italy, UK, France. I will be there. If any of you guys happen to be there and you see me, please say hello. It would be fucking amazing to meet some people. Accommodation for Italy is booked. Accommodation for France is booked. Accommodation for the UK is booked. I need to sort out my flights for Italy, my flights for France. And yeah, I'm getting excited now because and I think this is a good tip for anyone on prep. A lot of you guys will be doing UK shows so there'll be a little less logistics involved. But the further ahead you can plan, not only from a stress point of view, but from a financial point of view, there's less stress. What we want to avoid close to the show is rushing your logistics. How am I going to get there? Where am I going to stay? How much is it going to cost? All those things will impact how you feel and more than likely how you look. So my plan is, you know, the next week to sort flights, and then all I've got to do is turn up at the airport and we're fucking good to go, and we're going to absolutely have a great time. Another really exciting thing for me as a bodybuilding fan is for the Italy show just recently, and I hope this is true, I hope this pans out because he is known for dropping out of shows, but Rubiel Mosquera is going to be doing the Italy show, so Neckzilla for anyone familiar, who I've seen photos of, and he just looks like a legitimate mutant. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that in the flesh, standing next to that in the flesh. And as I said to you before, like, this whole experience for me is about soaking it up. It's about living that pro life for the remainder of this season, embracing it, enjoying it, meeting some very cool people, I hope making some new friends, and just genuinely being the best I can be and enjoying my final competitive season, you know, to the max. And the closer we get, the more I'm feeling it, because yeah, you know, it's coming. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to after it. I can't lie. You know, that some people might be thinking, are my views changing? Do I want to, you know, carry on? I'm pretty locked in with my decision. So for even more reason, I just want to embrace it and go for it. But I don't think there's a lot else to add. You've got some really cool videos coming up. So we've got this update here. The next video will be a full day of eating on prep. So the calories I've said, you'll see what that looks like in real food. We've then got a Q&A with my girlfriend, Yvette, so that's always good fun. And then we've got a push and arm session to finish off. And me and Sam have already scheduled in all of the content for September. So we've got peak week, we have got the UK show, and we've got a full, Sam's coming with me to France. So he'll see most of the peak week and the show. And of course, that is my final show. So I really hope you guys enjoy it all. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. There have been some fantastic comments and a nice little spurge of growth, so please keep it going. And for those who've been with me since the beginning, I do notice you, I do notice the comments, and I do massively, massively appreciate. So thank you to you guys. Thank you to any new subscribers. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please do click the button, subscribe, like, comment. It all helps and it's all appreciated. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.